Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will learn the segments of assembly language. Basically, we have four segments in assembly language: code segment, data segment, extra segment, and stack segment. Okay. Now, what is stored inside the code segment? The instruction is stored inside the code segment. So, instruction is stored in code segment. Now, by the name, we can easily recognize what is stored inside the data segment. So, data segment we store data, and we may need any variable or string or anything that is also stored in data segment. Sometimes the storage of data segment is not sufficient to store all data, so then we use extra segment. Okay, but why we need to use stack segment? Okay. Any guess? Okay. Now, stack segment is basically used for subroutine call, passing parameter to function, sorting local variable, and many other uses. So we now familiar with the segments. Now we will go to the registers used to store the value of the address of the segments. Okay. When we use the segments in assembly language, we need to store their segment value, and for this reason we need to use segment register. Okay. For code segment it is CS. Okay. Similarly, for data segment we use DS. For extra segment we use ES, and by the name stack segment we can easily say it will be SS. Okay. Now, this segment register has a unique characteristics, that is, it works only with the general purpose register. If we want to specify it, mainly with AX register, so we can pass the address to those registers through only general purpose register. So we can pass any value to this SS, DS or SS, CS from general value. So we need register. Okay. So for this, to store the value of any segment register, we use the instruction move AS, comma, okay. So we just need to first of all store the value of any segment address into general purpose register, and then store it into segment register. So here can be anything, any segment. Okay. Now, how do we initialize any segment? Okay. First of all, we just need to name the segment. For example, we want to work on code segment or data segment. Okay. Anything before the word segment defines the name of the segment. Okay. So we write data segment means we have initialized a segment by the name data. It never means the segment contains data. Okay. And we end any segment by. Okay. It's an example of initialization and end of any segment. For general purpose, we can say that starting of the segment will be first we name the name of the segment and ends like this. Okay. Now, we may need more than one segment, so how do we use that? Okay. Just store the value into the X register and then the segment register. Okay. Now, is the assembler or the compiler recognize the segment by their name? No. We just need to make the assembler the segment by assume. So the word assume is used to initialize the segment, or we can say that make familiar the assembler what does the segment means. Okay. So anything right after this, the name will be code segment name. So we may use code if the segment name is code, or anything. Anything after DS will be used for data segment, and ESSS similarly will work. Okay. So if we want to combine all those, so we basically need two segments for our general work. So the segment will be data segment and the code segment. But assembler never recognized by the word code or data as their segment name. As we mentioned earlier, we just need to use this line. Now assembler will recognize this part as data segment and this part as code segment. We can use any other name like a So it will also work, but for this we just need to change the name here. Okay. Now to start the work we just need to write it and then start, and to finish the work we will finish by the line n. We can use any other letter here or name here, and the same will be written here. Okay, that's it. Thank you everyone.